Hey y'all, my name's David Dobson, and I wrote the play you're about to see. It's called North Pole Blues, and it stars the White Dove Theater, and I'll introduce the cast real quickly before the show starts. This is Anne Ambrose, the founder and co-founder of the White Dove Theater. She directed the play, and let's see, she plays Mrs. Santa Claus. And this is Nathan Wilson. He's an actor in the White Dove Theater. He's been in all of our plays, and he plays Santa Claus. So you can see we at the White Dove Theater support interracial marriages, even between mythical characters. Here we have James Moody. He plays Charles Dickens, the narrator of the show. He's been in all the White Dove plays. This is Joey Asbury. He plays Ernest, the elf foreman. And this is Mallory Forehand. She plays Amilda, Queen of the Elves. And the White Dove Theater is supported by the Department of Mental Health and Mental Retardation. I'd like to thank Scott, who's here, Scott Philpo, who's right out here. He helps us out a lot. Without him, there would be no show. And I'd like to thank my mother, Lois Dobson, co-founder of the David Dobson movement. Who's on the back row. And you know, when I used to go to revivals when I was a kid, we always had who came the furthest. So we have somebody from Atlanta here. Lee and Mark are from Atlanta, so they're the furthest to see the show. Of course, I don't think they came just to see the show. And yeah, we have the largest family, and that would be Mallory's family. You know, and they filled up probably 3 of these rows that are here. So, and y'all know who you are. So anyway, and I'd like to tell the young people that this really isn't Santa Claus. This is Nathan Wilson. He's just acting like Santa Claus. I felt kind of guilty last week. But this isn't Santa Claus. This play's about Santa Claus not feeling so good, but he really isn't Santa Claus. He's Nathan Wilson. Isn't that right, Nathan? Right. And this is like a fake beard. But anyway, for you adults, he really is Santa Claus. But anyway, the play runs about 45 minutes, and there's a little love offering bucket outside. If you would like to put in a couple of bucks, it goes to the actors. And I'm going to start it with playing piano, and Anne's going to sing a song.
There's my Santa Claus sitting on the couch. He's got a pipe in his pocket, got potato chips in his mouth. His feet are on the coffee table, facing the TV. His eyes are on the screen, but I know his mind's on me. He's my cute potato Santa, got a cute potato fanny, and he loves me oh so much, he's always waiting on the couch. He's my couch potato homeboy, I know he'll never roam boy, cause I make him so dang happy, he won't even leave the house. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, you should see him smile when I come walking through the door. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, 8. If I'm not home by prime time, he worries that I'm late. He don't need much money for my couch potato Santa, just enough to set the table, buy the food and pay the cable. I work hard all day, it's a thrill to hear him say, let's cuddle up in bed with my cute potato head. He's my couch potato Santa, got a cute potato fanny, and he loves me oh so much, he's always waiting on the couch. He's my couch potato homeboy, I know he'll never roam boy, cause I make him so dang happy, he won't even leave the house. Now Santa, wait a minute, you gotta get off this chair here, get off the couch, cut the TV off, stay away from the fudge, the elves are waiting for you to tell them which toys to make. I'm gonna get rid of this dang TV, Santa, I'm telling you right now. Wait a minute, hold on, Oprah's on.
Good afternoon. I'm world-famous novelist Charles Dickens. I know what you're thinking. Hey, aren't you supposed to be dead? Well, I'm not. I'm here to narrate the White Dove Theater's Christmas show, North Pole Blues. Once upon a time, around December the 20th, way up at the North Pole, an unusual sound was heard throughout Santa's toy workshops. Total silence.
It's a week until Christmas, and all through the shop, not an elf is working. They've all seemed to stop. The stockings and houses are all hanging up, waiting for Santa to come fill them up. But here at the North Pole, we're all in distress. It's a week until Christmas, and Santa's depressed.
I got the blues for Christmas. It seems there's nothing I can do. I hear the sleigh bells ring, go ding-a-ling-a-ling. Good stuff everywhere, but I don't want a thing. I got the blues for Christmas. It seems there's nothing I can do. Hope the new year brings a cure, but I'm really not so sure I can make it past Christmas Eve. Oh yeah, make it past Christmas Eve. Mama Claus, I don't feel so good. I'm going to lay down.
No, Santa, now you just woke up and you promised me you'd exercise today.
But I did. I walked all the way to the kitchen and back.
That won't get it. The elves are waiting for you to tell them which toys to make. Now, it's almost Christmas and we're way behind schedule.
Oh, it's so hopeless. I done gained so much weight, I couldn't fit down the chimney anyway.
But Santa, what about all the good little boys and girls waiting for their presents?
I tell you what, call up an Easter bunny. Have him deliver the extra colored eggs at Christmas. I can't deal with it.
Oh, Santa, he's headed for bed. He'll make such a clatter while he'll stuff up on food and empty the platter. Then down on the bed he'll lay like a turtle, too plump for a chimney. I could get him a girdle. Up on the roof you'll hear a thump. Out of Santa Claus will jump. We'll shove him in the chimney like a turkey brown. Squirt on some grease and slide him on down. Oh, 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 who would you know? Oh, 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 who would you know? Up on the roof you'll hear a pop. Down oh Santa Claus will drop.
Hi, it's me again, Charles Dickens. Things at North Pole look really cold. Of course, they always did. Word of Santa's depression soon spread throughout of all of Christmas Village. In the reindeer barn, Rudolph was so upset, he kept flying up to the ceiling and bumping his antlers on the roof. His nose lost that red glow and became a faded pink. The other reindeer, worried about loss of income, considered taking jobs in zoos and amusement parks throughout the world. In the elf quarters, though, the glimmer of hope appeared. Imelda, the elf queen, was having a discussion with Ernest, foreman of the toy factory.
So tell me about that new toy again.
Well, it's a purple dinosaur. It sings in this real obnoxious voice, and it's supposed to teach children values. It's called a Barney!
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family.
That's what the kids want for Christmas?
That's what the younger kids want for Christmas. The older kids want something called a baby 12 steps.
Baby 12 steps? What does it do?
Well, it doesn't do too much, but if you get a bunch of them together, you can have little meetings.
What do the older kids want for Christmas?
Same thing as last year, cigarettes.
Well, I can't make any more toys right now. Our supplies are low, and the elves are disorganized. Usually Santa comes to the elf factory, tells us what to do, which parts to order, all that stuff. He hasn't been to the elf toy factory in weeks.
That's because he's been feeling so down lately. You know, he hasn't felt like reading the letters from the children, or making the toys, or seeing the reindeer, or anything. He just lies in bed and eats and smokes his pipe.
He smokes in bed? That could be dangerous. Or she'd snap out of his mood.
Well, Ernest, it's more than a mood. Santa is showing all the signs of clinical depression. He's lost all motivation. He shuns his ordinary activities. He's been isolating from others and refuses to talk to anyone. And when he does talk, he just keeps saying how useless everything is.
Useless, but he's Santa Claus. He's one of the most beloved people in the world. He's the spirit of Christmas. What in the world happened?
Who knows? Different doctors have different theories. Sometimes an event in your life can trigger it. A loss, a relationship breaking up, and often the very Christmas season itself seems to bring it on in some people. And many doctors believe nowadays that behind depression is some sort of biological imbalance.
Wow, you sure know a lot about it.
Well, before I went to elf vocational school, I was pre-med. Also, I've got a good friend that suffered from depression.
Wow, what happened to them?
Oh, well, they're leading a very normal life, working at a job not much different from ours.
Maybe you could get them to talk to Santa. Maybe they could help him out.
Well, I would, but they're shy about mentioning their experience.
Too bad. It sounds like just the sort of thing we've been looking for. Well, I'm off to the elf toy factory. I've got a new invention I'm installing over there to help Mrs. Claus speed up the toy making process. See you later.
Bye, Ernest. You know, it's hard to be depressed. But to be depressed at Christmas, it's just terrible. And I should know, because once, long ago, I had the blues for Christmas. For some reason, that season got to me. The lights were on the tree, the presents in a heap. But all I wanted to do was go back to sleep. Yeah, I had the blues for Christmas, and there was nothing I could do. Don't know why I felt so low, but all I really know, it was Christmas and I had the blues. It was Christmas and I had the
blues. While the elves figured out a way to snap Santa out of his mood, Mrs. Claus went through the huge volume of mail, arriving in at the North Pole.
No wonder those postal employees have so much trouble. I never knew there were so many good little boys and girls in the world. Oh, hello, Ernest. Did you bring the machine?
Yep.
Well, now, tell me how it works.
Well, this microphone is hooked up to the elf toy factory.
Yeah?
We have an assembly line with hundreds of different parts for toys. As you read each request, an elf will write the name of the toy on the blackboard.
Okay.
The other elves will gather the parts for the toy together and assemble the toy.
Where'd you get this idea, Ernest?
Taco Bell.
Wow.
Tacos.
I tell you what, you get over there by the window, look out for the elf toy factory, and let me know how I'm doing. And I'm going to get started on this list of toys. Okay, let's see here. One baby cry and sniffle, one Cabbage Patch doll, one Barbie dream house, baby walk and wobble, something new every year, Big Wheels racer, Tinker toy set, teddy bear, Barbie aerobics video, stuffed dog, cyanide. Oh, Dr. Kevorkian, of course. Skateboard, Bobo paddle, baby Putin wet, coloring book, world peace. How sweet.
Miss America.
Yes, Miss America. Bicycle helmet, bicycle gloves. How the elves doing, Ernest?
Not so good. Looks kind of funny, like a Keebler commercial in Fast Forward.
I'll go on with it. Toy car, train set, stuffed doggy, live doggy. No, we don't give out live animals anymore.
No,
do we?
not since we had that flea problem with the reindeer.
Okay, let's see. Baby roller skates, toy sailboat, rubber duck, Castle Massey cucumber bath gel. That's for me. If I don't make a list for Mr. Claus, he makes me a toy of some sort every year. Oh, cowboy hat, Aladdin game, Beauty and the Beast castle, Barney t-shirt, Barney cap, Barney bedspread, dinosaur cookies.
Who's that from?
You should know, Barney.
Oh.
Tell you what, how are the elves doing now, Ernest?
Not so good. They mixed up baby walk and wobble with baby Putin wet.
Gosh, I guess we'll have to start all over again, won't they?
Too late. They crawled back into their little elf beds.
Back to
They
their
died.
elf beds. Wait a minute. Time to get up, rise and shine, you elves, or it's back to Ireland with you. Get back to work. Did they get out of bed?
No, they just pulled the covers up over their pointy little ears.
You know something? I can't blame them. Since Santa's been feeling so low, it's been hard for all of us to get our work done. I wish he would snap out of that mood.
I hate to say this, Mrs. Claus, but it's beginning to look like there won't be Christmas.
What? Say that again, Ernest.
It's beginning to look like there won't be Christmas.
Beginning to look like there won't be Christmas. Well, all right, Ernest, that's all for now. You go back to the elf toy factory. Try to cheer the elves up. It's beginning to look like there won't be Christmas. Well, operator, get me Nashville, Tennessee, Swartz Music Publishing Company, please. Bernie, hi, Mrs. Claus. Oh, how you doing? You have been a good little boy. Well, that's nice. No, Bernie, I don't think you're too old to play with dolls. A lot of grown men play with dolls. Listen, Bernie, I've got the most wonderful idea. I have just thought of a perfect song with a perfect hook. Hold on and listen to this. It's beginning to look like there won't be Christmas here at the North Pole. All of the little elves are fussing amongst themselves, and Rudolph dear can't even light his nose. It's beginning to look like there won't be Christmas. What are we going to do? Santa's feeling low, and we're here at the North Pole. We've got the blues, I really mean it. We've got the blues. Bernie, how'd you like it? Depressing? It's supposed to be depressing. What? Listen, I don't know if it'll sell. I'm an artist, not a businesswoman. Oh, the nerve of that guy. Sometimes I wonder. But still, wait a minute. Nashville, Tennessee. If I could make it sound more country, maybe. It's beginning to look like there ain't no Christmas here at the North Pole. Yoda, lady, lady, Yoda, lady, lady, oh, oh, Yoda, Yoda, lady, oh. That might work. It just won't work.
Santa didn't get any better, and everyone began to realize this was no ordinary, temporary bad mood. And Milt the Elf was reading the newspaper one day. As a matter of fact, it was a Nashville banner, which had somehow found its way to the North Pole, when a little box advertisement caught her eye.
Where those horoscopes are. That Snoopy cracks me up. Imagine a dog and a bird being best friends. Wonder what Betty Banner, the society lady's been doing lately. I love her hat. Look at this. Depression treatment study. If you are currently experiencing symptoms such as depressed mood, feeling blue, down in the dumps, sadness or loss of pleasure, and some of the following: lack of energy, sleep problems, change in appetite, difficulty concentrating, and feelings of worthlessness and guilt, you may qualify for participation in a study of treatment for depression conducted by Vanderbilt University. I wonder if they tried this in their football team.
How are the elves feeling, dear?
Oh, a little bit better. We've gotten the toy factory going again, but we're still way behind schedule. Look what I discovered.
Let's see. Ah, Betty Banner has a new hat.
Further down in the little box.
Let me see, dear. I don't have my glasses, but depression treatment study. Down in the dumps, sadness. Wait a minute, Amilda. This is what Santa Claus has. Depression.
Are you going to sign him up for this study?
I don't know. It's only a few days until Christmas. And let me see here. That's a 5-week study. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of the greatest psychiatrists in the world lives right here at the North Pole, Dr. Freud.
Dr. Sigmund Freud?
No, Dr. Sam Freud. No relation, but he's just as great. Why, he's so famous that he's been known to diagnose people with severe mental illnesses as he drove by them in his dog sled. And then had them committed immediately.
I guess that means we'll all have to be in our best behavior.
Yes, now we've got to act as normal as possible. Now you keep the elves out of sight, okay? And here's what I think we better do. Let's see. We better look good. We better act right. We better be normal at least for tonight. Dr. Freud is coming to town.
I'll hide the reindeer. I'll hide the Yule log. I'll make him some brownies. I'll spike the eggnog. Dr. Freud is coming to town.
He sees into your ego. He sees into your id. He sees into your childhood and finds out what your parents did.
Oh, we better dress up. We better be clean. We better be normal, whatever that means. Dr. Freud is coming to town. Dr. Freud is coming to town.
In an effort to snap Santa out of his deep depression, Mrs. Claus calls in the renowned psychiatrist, Sam Freud. You must be the world-famous psychiatrist, Dr. Sam Freud.
Yes, and you must be the world-famous novelist, Mr. Charles Dickens. I read your books, Oliver Twist and A Tale of Two Cities. I really enjoyed them, but I kept mixing them up.
Oh, and what did you come up with?
A twisted tale of two cities.
Yeah, but right now we have a problem with a character that everyone knows and loves at Christmas time. A character famed for his generosity, his charity, his kindness.
You must mean Scrooge.
Scrooge is generous.
Why, compared to my folks, he is. You know, one Christmas, I asked for a Cabbage Patch doll. You know what they gave me? Cabbage.
Enough of these jokes. We're talking about Santa Claus.
Is that near Santa Cruz, California?
No, Santa Claus, Saint Nick,
No?
the spirit of Christmas.
No? I'm
Jolly
not,
old Norwegian elf.
I'm not following you there, Chuck. What about this Santa fella?
He's depressed, that's what. Severely depressed, has been that way for several months.
Well, that's my specialty. Send him on in. I just hope I brought my
Here he is.
prescription pad with me. Oh, be careful.
Hi, I hope you can help me. I've been having trouble sleeping lately, and I'm totally without motivation.
Well, enough said. Have a seat. Now, before I diagnose you and prescribe my new prescription drugs, I want to give you a brief test of your mental aptitude. First, Mr. Claus, I want you to count backwards from 100 by 7.
Do what?
I want you to count backwards from 100 by 7.
Can I use a calculator?
Nope, I want you to do it in your head.
Okay, 7.
No, stop. Mr. Claus, I want you to count backwards from 100 by 7. You see, backwards. Okay, far away.
7.
No. Mr. Claus, now when you count backwards from 100 by 7, in effect, what you're doing, you're merely subtracting 7 from 100. You see, now 100 minus 7 is 93.
Right.
Okay, and you subtract 7 again, you get 86.
86.
Yeah. Subtract 7 again, you get 79, 72,
Right.
65,
Okay.
58,
Uh-huh.
51, 44, 37, 30, 23, 69, and 2.
That's real good. Were you the little boy who was always writing me asking for math books?
No, that wasn't me. My folks didn't celebrate Christmas too much. They thought it was for the ignorant and the superstitious.
So you never heard of Santa Claus?
No, not till today.
Well, that's me, Santa Claus.
Well, pleased to meet you. Let me ask you a few more questions. Mr. Claus, do you know who the president is?
Of the North Pole?
No, of the United States.
Sure don't.
Do you know what day it is?
Yep, it's 3 days before Christmas and I'm depressed. I haven't got all my toys ready for the little boys and girls.
You give toys to all the little boys and girls?
Yes.
Now, isn't that rather expensive?
Not usually. I make them myself, me and my elves.
You have elves that make toys.
Right.
Well, how do you deliver these toys?
In a sleigh.
What about where there's no snow?
The sleigh flies through the air.
Does this sleigh have wings?
No, it's pulled by flying reindeer.
Now we're getting somewhere. Mr. Claus, have you ever imagined that voices were calling to you, speaking to you from air conditioning vents or heating units, asking you things, telling you things?
No, but I have heard people holler up at me through the chimney.
And what do these people say?
Thanks for the toys.
Excuse me a moment. Mrs. Claus,
Dr. Freud, is there any hope? Can you help him?
it's worse than we thought, Mrs. Claus.
Oh, no.
He's completely lost touch with reality. He's become deluded. He's going to require immediate hospitalization. Massive doses of psychotropic drugs, intense group personal therapy. It's going to take a long time, Mrs. Claus, and be rather expensive. Now, what insurance provider does your household use?
Well, Dr. Freud, I'm afraid we don't have any insurance at all.
None?
No, none.
Well, he'll be all right. I'm back to the office.
Wait, Dr. Freud, wait, we've got toys. We could pay for toys.
Oh, I don't have any children. I find children to be emotionally immature.
Well, imagine that, Santa. Doesn't like children. Well, I guess sometimes you get a good doctor and sometimes you get a lousy doctor.
True.
And you know, Santa, that reminds me of when I was a girl many, many years ago. Well, I saw a therapist or two myself sometimes. Sometimes they were nice to me, but sometimes they were downright rude.
Yep.
But you know what, Santa? I had a dream. Now, all little girls have dreams, but mine was different. I wanted it to be, oh, I know this sounds silly, but I wanted it to be Christmas all year long.
So did I.
And then I met you, and you felt the same way.
Right.
And just that spirit of giving and Christmas has kept us young for hundreds of years in a place where there's a white Christmas all year long. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear
visit gave Mrs. Claus and the elves new hope. They now understood Santa's mood to be something beyond his conscious control, but something that, with help, could indeed be overcome. They brought out a veritable arsenal of therapeutic measures.
Faster, Santa, go on, move, move. 1, 2, 3, go.
Boy, Mama Claus, you done wore me out with those aerobics.
Well, now we're just beginning. Tomorrow I'm going to increase this exercise time to 5 minutes.
But I don't see how that'll help my depression.
Now you just wait and see. We're going to make some changes around here. We're going to become a lot more health conscious. Now, Santa, I'm putting you on a microbiotic diet. Tonight we're having fresh seafood for dinner. Yummy, yum.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. And for dessert we're having tofu lemon pie.
But I could have sworn I smelled brownies, baby.
Well, now don't worry about those. Those were for me. But just don't worry about them.
I'm dressed as long as I got my pie.
Well, now that's another thing we're going to have to talk about, Santa. I don't believe the pipe's going to work in this situation. I really don't. It's absolutely forbidden on certain diets. Ernest and Milda. Oh, wait a minute. I think we're... Come here. Milda's got something to tell you.
What is it, child?
Well, Santa, I didn't tell you this when I applied for Elf Queen 300 years ago, because I didn't want you to feel badly about me. And I feel now is the right time to mention it.
To mention what?
I myself have suffered from depression.
You have?
That's right. Pretty much all of us up here at the North Pole have suffered some sort of mental illness.
Well, don't worry, because we're going to stick by you and try to help you through your tough times.
That's right. I'm going to oversee your new diet, assign you vitamins, and share with you my own experiences to help reduce your feelings of difference.
And I've got a new video camera invention I've installed at the Elf Toy Factory. Take some of the stress off of your all's claws.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, I've got a do-it-yourself home electroshock machine.
Thanks, I always wondered if those things work. What about that Charles Dickens fellow? What is he going to do?
I'm going to read to you from great Christians' classics of the world, and also some inspirational books, and a text or two on psychology.
Well, that should pass some time. But how about you, Mrs. Claus?
Well, I'm going to sing. I'm going to lead the singing and then sing some more.
Well, that sounds, I feel better already. I have just one question. Can I have my pipe back?
Well, all right. I guess so. Let's do Dashing Through the Snow, everybody. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. How do you feel now, Sid?
Oh, I sure appreciate all this help. Would it be all right if I go back to bed?
Of course. You can't expect your condition to change in one day.
Ernest, what about that shot machine?
I'll take it with me and hook it up. Plan it.
Well, it's a good idea. Amelia, I think we need to get ready for Christmas. I've got to head to the kitchen.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and at the North Pole, things were jamming and starting to roll. The reindeer away from their barns where they were led, fed and watered and hooked to the sled. The elves were so happy they started to laugh, and the sound awoke Santa Claus from his nap.
What's going on here?
Well, we're getting ready to take off. We're getting ready to fly. It's showtime.
Well, where'd you get all the toys? I thought the elves were way behind schedule.
Well, they were. We got these toys with a government grant. Ernest and I wrote it ourselves.
Well, what government gave you the grant?
All of them. It was a United Nations grant. The only stipulation was that when we flew over Somalia, we have to drop off some food and medical supplies.
Land sakes, you got your reindeer hooked up, you got your toys, but I have just one question. You can't make a rainbow without sunshine, you can't make a politician walk the line, you can't have some families without ma's and pa's, and you can't make a Christmas present delivery without Santa Claus. And since I'm too big to slide down the chimney, who's gonna fly this sleigh?
Well, we've given it a great deal of thought, and we figured
That if you can't have Santa Claus, the next best thing to have would be Mrs. Santa Claus. Christmas, Christmas.
up your stocking, shut out that light. Mrs. Claus is coming down your chimney tonight. What's Christmas time, pretty baby? The snow is falling on the ground.
Christmas, Christmas.
You'll be a real good little boy and girl, 'cause Mrs. Claus is back in town.
Christmas, Christmas.
Got no sleigh with reindeers, no pack on my back. You're gonna see me coming in a great big Cadillac. It's Christmas time, pretty baby. The snow is falling on the ground.
Christmas, Christmas.
You'll be a real good little baby, 'cause Mrs. Claus is back in town. One more time. You'll be a real good little baby, 'cause Mrs. Claus is back in town. Are there any questions to ask of this troupe or about the play? Go right ahead. I'll be glad to let somebody answer them. Go ahead.
How does that electric shocker work for Santa Claus?
Well, Santa, speak for yourself. How's that electric shock
Oh,
for you
it felt real good. Kind of woke me up a little bit.
Any other questions?
Did you get a charge out of it?
Oh, yeah. A real kid.
I'm glad everybody came today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keep the white nose spirit alive.